So he just held it up in the window, right where the sink was. And this made her even madder. She turned around to my parents to tattle on him and found them just rolling in laughter. Welcome back to the Amish Potato. I'm CJ. Let's see what a day looks like for an Amish kid. I wish I could accurately share with you guys, the sounds, the feelings, the atmosphere of growing up or living in the Amish community in an Amish house. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do via internet. When you live in an Amish house, everything is silent. There's no TV running, there's no radio playing, there's not even the hum of a refrigerator or any electronics. It's dead silent. It's something my wife comments on every time we go visit and sleep there. It's just during the night, silence. Kind of like you were up in a mountain backpacking and there's no other noise around. It's just silence. I don't know, some of you may have experienced that. The only things you might hear is, the rattle of a gate chain or something that a cow or horse is bumped, or the sounds of the farm animals. And if you sleep in long enough, sometimes you'll hear the cars go by, but you'll also hear this clip clop, clip clop, clip clop of a horse and buggy driving by, and it's very loud, breaking that silence that you're in. It's loud, but it's kind of a cool thing. It's kind of pretty. As an Amish kid, you wake up not before you have to, only when your parents make you. A lot of times after they've called 2 or 3 times, just like any other kid. And then you'll have some chores to do. The boys, if they don't live on a farm, will have to go feed the horses, any livestock they have, the pets, make sure they have water. And the girls, they'll have to help in the house, usually with breakfast or getting breakfast ready or doing dishes, getting the laundry ready to be washed. If they live on a dairy farm, the kids will get up early and the girls and the boys will have to go help milk the cows. The boys will typically stay out there longer doing the rest of the chores, maybe, giving the baby cows their milk or feeding the horses or whatever it may be. And the girls will leave right after milking the cows and we'll go get breakfast ready. This is all before school. If it is not summertime, after their chores, they'll just get dressed and eat breakfast and go to school. Breakfast, a lot of times, depends on the family. Sometimes, there's eggs and some kind of meats and something for breakfast. But in our community, I think the majority of kids would eat maybe oatmeal or cereal or something like that and then head off to school. In our community in northern Indiana, half of the kids, I'm guessing here, will go to a public school. They'll get picked up by a school bus, just like anybody else. They'll go to a public school. They won't pack their lunch. They'll most likely just eat the school lunch and then be brought home with the school bus. If the Amish kids go to a Amish school, they will pack their lunch and they'll ride their bikes or they'll ride a buggy to the Amish school, which is usually a 1 or 2 room schoolhouse, kind of like back in the old days, like Laura Ingalls Wilder would have attended. Now, it seems like from what I've been seeing on Facebook and stuff that some Amish kids get picked up by the public transportation, the school bus, and that school bus, if it's on their way, will drop them off at the Amish school, and then they'll attend the Amish school, then get picked up on the way home. That seems weird, but it seems like they're using the public transportation for free, but it's probably not the case. In our community anyway, Amish people pay taxes, they pay taxes, which funds the schools, whether they're using the public school or not. So if Amish people send their kids to the Amish school, they're actually paying for 2 different schools. When they get home, they'll have some more chores. The evening chores, the horses have to be fed again, made sure they have water. The pets have to be taken care of. The girls are usually stuck with cleaning the house or helping with laundry, helping with dinner, whatever. If they live on a farm, the boys and girls will once again help milk. The boys will stay out there longer doing more chores, or even baling hay if it's that time of the year, harvesting, doing whatever needs to be done. Amish farm kids definitely work harder than the ones who do not live on a farm. A lot of Amish here in northern Indiana don't live on a farm. They live on 5-10 acres. So those kids don't have as much to do and will have more playtime. These kids do get playtime. They get time for their homework, and then they play. They don't have a TV or cell phones as kids, so they interact. They play with each other. It's a more healthy environment. I consider myself very fortunate to be raised Amish and not being influenced by what comes in through television. The farm kids who work harder, to me, we didn't grow up on a farm, and maybe I would have hated it, but I think that is the best family environment there is. And if you're at that point where you want to start a family, farming or homesteading, I think is the best way to raise kids. Because it's not mom and dad going off to work, it's mom and dad being at home, working with the children, teaching them as they're going, and working with them and spending that valuable time with each other. Never are there perfect parents or perfect families, but I think that is the ideal setup. And some might say, well, they outwork those little kids to death on the farm. They work hard, but that's good for them. Amish kids are ready to have their own families long before the normal public is, because they have been given responsibilities as young kids. They're just more learned, more capable. Nothing, things haven't just been done for them. They've had to help do them, so they know how things are done. You look at some of these kids out there nowadays, their parents have done everything for them. Their laundry, they're cooking, they're washing dishes, and they just don't know how. They don't know how to do life things. They expect everybody else to do it for them. It's very unfortunate. It's time to turn that around. And all the Amish kids who have left the community are always very appreciative of the work ethic they were taught. Yep, they say it sucked at the time. All they had to do was work, work, work. But now they are so glad that they were raised that way, because when we grow up and we go hit the workforce the outside workforce, we start working with non-Amish people. Most of the time that we work with people, we're just appalled at how lazy people are, how they just do as little as they possibly can, where we're taught to just dig in and get it done. Now, I understand there's lazy Amish people and there's non-Amish people who aren't lazy, who are great workers. I've worked with some great non-Amish people, but overall, the Amish are raised to work and they are hard workers. Amish kids will drag their feet to do their chores just like any other kid. They have to be told over and over to go get at it, or at least I did. But once their chores and their work is done, the garden's been weeded, all that, then they get free time. Dinner time, most families will sit down as a family and eat dinner, and then the dishes are cleaned up, and usually you have an hour or 2 or 3 before bedtime to do what you want, play, read books, whatever it may be. And you get up and do the same thing in the morning. And we fought. Just like any other kids, we fought, got mad at each other. I don't think our family, it ever came to physical violence, but other than the pinching and some hitting and stuff, but nothing ever too bloody. We would play pranks on each other sometimes. I have the story of my brother and sister. I have a sister who is, how would you say it, Spitfire. She's a Spitfire, or what is the right term for that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Strong personality, great sister. I love my siblings. All my siblings are just awesome. I've been blessed with probably the greatest family there is. But yeah, my sister, who was extremely mad, she had to wash dishes one evening. Oh, she was so mad. And my brother, a little bit older than her, he was making fun of her that she had to do the dishes, and this just made her mad. So my mom and dad told him to stop, that he can't say another word. Not another word. So as she was doing the dishes, he made a sign out of paper and a stick, and on it he wrote, "Wash your dishes." Not wash. He intentionally wrote wash your dishes. He went outside to the window where she was washing dishes at and held up this sign, which made her even madder. And she turned around to tattle. She turned around to my parents to tattle on him, you know, because they had told him to stop, and found them rolling in laughter, silent laughter. Oh, they thought it was hilarious that he was clever enough to find a workaround after they had told him to not say another word. Since they've grown up, we can laugh about it now. Obviously, they had to make him stop. We're writing it on signs too. You know, as Amish kids, we're not always just well behaved, and Amish, as Amish parents, you know, a lot of people think the Amish are all serious all the time and just biblical and don't smile and don't joke, but the opposite is true. They laugh and joke just as much as anybody else. A while ago, I did another video on growing up Amish. Make sure you go watch that by clicking on here. And if you guys, I have a video in the editor getting worked on right now that has to do with the murder of a game warden. If you're interested in hearing about that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified when that video gets uploaded. Thank you guys for watching. I'm CJ. This is the Amish Potato. We will see you next time.